she overheard them discussing all the pros and cons. Finally, they sat her down on the couch and explained the situation. "It's only for a week," her father had said. "But if you don't want us to go, we will turn it down." He had his arm around Hadley's mom. She was a trim, elegant woman with a gentle nature, and now she smiled encouragingly at her daughter. Both of Hadley's parents delighted in her dancing talent and didn't mind writing the checks that funded her lessons and costumes. Before every performance, her family had a routine. Her father insisted that the three of them embrace in what he called a Brighton family group hug. A cheesy tradition, but one she came to count on. After that, her mother would tell her how proud they were of her and say, "No one expects you to be perfect. Just do your best and make it matter." On stage, Hadley danced without worry, knowing her parents were devotedly watching from the audience. They did so much for her that she didn't want to keep them from having fun on the cruise. Still, she had some concerns. "But who would stay with me?" Hadley asked. She was old enough to be home alone for a few hours, but a whole week was something else entirely. "And who would take me to my dance classes?" "We've thought of that," her mother said. "Remember Zoe, who lives on the second floor? Her mother was just telling me she didn't have any luck getting a job this summer. She assured me that Zoe would love to stay here with you. Won't that be fun?" Hadley could tell they really wanted to go, and so she said yes, it would be fun. Or at least, fine. As it turned out, though, Zoe was a pain. Right after Hadley's parents left, she overheard Zoe telling a friend on the phone that her family was moving out of their apartment soon. She was angry about having to move to another city, especially during her senior year of high school. All of her fury was aimed at her parents. "I told them I'm just not going," she said crisply over the phone. "That's all there is to it." Hadley's ears perked up at the next part. Zoe snapped her gum and said, "Supposedly, the reason we're moving is because the building is being sold to some old guy. But he's not even raising the rent. Nothing's going to change, so I don't know why that even matters." But when Hadley asked about the building being sold and Zoe's upcoming move, and she'd only been trying to be nice, Zoe said, "Mind your own business." In a way, Hadley understood. She herself wouldn't want to live anywhere else. She'd visited friends' homes and liked her apartment the best of all of them. The doormen were helpful and the other residents were friendly. Out of all of the tenants, she did have a few favorites. She liked being able to pet Mrs. Knapp's dog, Chester, when she met up with them in the lobby. Mr. Mumbles never complained about her dancing, even though he lived right below them. And the two old ladies on the first floor, Miss Kenny and Miss Goodman, always came to her dance recitals and brought her flowers. Really, most everyone who lived in her apartment building was nice. And besides that, Graham Place was simply beautiful. The building was old, but not run down. Friends of her parents always commented on the high ceilings, beautiful cut glass light fixtures, crown moldings, and gleaming floors. They marveled at the high-end finishes and unique architectural details. Hadley's bedroom ceiling had plaster crown molding running along the top of each wall. Unlike most decorative molding, Hadley's featured sculpted images of birds and flowers. Once, when her room was being painted, Hadley's father let her climb a ladder so she could run her fingers over the raised wings of a hummingbird. "It's incredible," she said with a sigh. "One of a kind," her father told her. "None like it anywhere else. It was done just for this room. The artist came from Italy to do it when the place was first being built. We're lucky to live in a building with old-world charm." Hadley didn't care about old-world charm.